Okay, we've just finished up tutorial 2.1. Now we're going to start on tutorial 2.2. So let's open tutorial 2.2, open up. Okay, so now I'm on the bottom of page 58 in the table of contents. Right click US Counties, click Properties, and go to the Symbology tab. This is where you tell ArcMap what kind of colors you want to use for the map, what you associate with different items on the map, what type of symbols you want to use. And so we want to go to quantities over here, and we want graduated colors, which is already selected. And for the fields value right here, we want vacant. And let me see, there's vacant 00, but they said plain old vacant. So here we go. And it's total number of vacant housing units by county. Okay. And then we want to click the white to black color ramp. That one should be easy to find. And that is black to white. I want white to black, and I guess this is the one that doesn't actually look black to me. That looks more like gray. Let's try it again, see if we can find something a little bit better. And this one. Okay. Click the Classify button. This is where you tell it how many groups there are going to be, and there's going to be one color for every group. And it says we want quantile as the method. That means we're going to divide it up into 5 equal sized groups, and we're going to use 5 groups. And then we want to click on OK. And then we want to click Label. And this is where you decide how those items are going to be labeled on the map. And we want and I think I clicked on the wrong thing here. Let's go to Symbology and click on Label here. Okay, and Format Labels, and click numeric category, numeric under category, which we already have, and then type 0 for the number of decimal places rounding, number of decimal places under rounding, and select the checkbox beside show thousands separators, so we'll have commas in the numbers if there are 1,000 or more. And then we can click on OK and click on OK again. And this is what the map looks like. This is what should look like what you see in the book. I'm going to go in here, and this is always a little bit slow, but I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And it looks like we don't need anything out there in Puerto Rico, so there we go. Okay, and now on top of this, so this shows the number of vacant. We've got all those decimal places over there. Let's go back here and go to properties, and let's go here and click on this and choose format labels, and I forgot to change this to 0, didn't I? Okay, now let's click on OK, and now let's click on OK, and that looks a whole lot better. We don't need all those decimal places. So this should give us, because we divided it using the quantile classification method, should give us the bottom 20% here, the next 20%, the next 20%, the next 20%, the next 20%. So there should be an equal number of counties, or approximately an equal number of counties in each one of these 5 groups. Okay, now we want to make some changes to the cities, so we're going to go to the city's properties, and this is where we have all the properties for that layer, and we want to go to the Symbology tab, and in the Show panel, which is over here under quantities rather, we want graduated symbols. Okay, and that means that small numbers will be little symbols and big numbers will be big symbols. And we want to choose a value that we're going to represent, and we want the 2007 population, and we're going to get something that looks like this. We need to go to template here and click on the symbol that's there, and choose symbol circle 2. Okay, and there's circle 1, and there's circle 2, and we want Mars red, which I think is the brightest red that there is. Yeah, and click on OK. And now we want to click on the classify button, and we're going to do quantile and 5 again. It's got natural breaks here, and so quantile 5 classes, click on OK, and now click on the label column header here and go to format labels, and we want numeric, and we want 0 for the number of decimal places, which is already here, and select the checkbox beside show thousand separators, and I don't know why that's always off. I think that should be the default, but we'll turn that back on. Click on OK, click on OK, and now big cities like New York should have really big dots, so we should see a big dot up here somewhere. And you know, there's Los Angeles and Houston, and I'm not sure what that is. Is that Austin? Chicago? And that's about it. That's probably Seattle and San Francisco over here, and San Diego and Phoenix and so on. And actually, I guess we can find that out if we just go here to our little information button, and let's pause or click on that. And that's Phoenix. So if you want to identify any of these, all you have to do is go and get your information button and click on it, and it'll tell you what you need to know. Okay, and we're supposed to save this. This brings us to the end of tutorial 2.2. So I'm going to do save as, and we're just going to put it in the same place here. I don't want to ruin my original file here, although I can always go back to the DVD and get that. But I'm just going to append my name, and you should probably do the same thing. Now, one other thing they didn't show you here is that you can also go to U.S. counties here and right-click and go to properties, and I'm not sure why they picked the most boring color for us here, but you can pretty much pick about any color that you want. I recommend staying away from the multicolored ones, because when you've got all of these different colors, it's hard for the user to know which end is which, although they can look over here but I prefer something that's kind of, you know, pretty much all the same color, so it goes from light color to a dark color. So let's try green here and click on OK. And here we go. And actually, I don't know if that's a real good one either with 5 groups here, because it's a little bit hard to tell between some of these different shades of green. It's real obvious what the really dark one is and what the lightest one is, but some of these other ones in between are probably a little bit hard to distinguish among. Let's go see if we can find something else there that might be a little bit better. Let's go down here and looking for something that's like really light on one end. Let's try this blue one here and see if that's a little better. Click on OK, and we may end up with the same problem here. Oh, this one I do think the differences in colors is a little bit easier to see. I mean, it's pretty clear where the dark blue is. It's pretty clear what the lightest one is. And actually, you know, you can go in and you can change those if you want to as well. So we could go back in here and go to Properties and choose our ramp colors. Excuse me, that was the wrong one to choose. We want the properties for either selected symbols or properties for all symbols. And let's not do all here. Let's properties for a selected symbol. And so, you know, I could make this, let's look for, okay, let's look over here and let's look for white. Okay, so white will be the very low end, and this bright blue here will be the high end. And then let's go to the properties for this one, and let's make this one a very pale shade of blue, and click on OK. And then right click on this and go to Properties, and let me see, let's make this a darker shade of blue. Click on OK, and let's go to this one and Properties for selected symbols, and let's make that one, let's see how that works, and click on OK, and let's click on OK now and go back and look at our map, and that's probably a little bit better. I mean, it's obvious that white is on one end and dark blue is on the other, and then if we've got some of the other shades in the middle here, right there we've got the 3 shades of blue, and I think it's obvious that this is the lightest shade of blue, and then this one, and then this one, and then the very dark blue. Okay, let's go on to tutorial 2.3 in the next video.